again, once we get through public comment, we're gonna have the ability to change that.
Yeah, they're
And I'm
just
gonna bring it up again, that whether it's Senate Bill 254 or it's anything else that's brought up that hasn't been brought up at this point, we can change that to a merit-based system.
But if we
Now-
make that big of a change though, won't we have to do more? I
But
mean,
can
that's
you
the
add
question.
The cultivator is key to the market success. The dispensaries, we have enough of them.
It's not the volume that matters to me, it's they're still taking on the same function. One, 50 plants or 500 plants, that's my, but that's a,
Well, we can set that on criteria. I mean, I agree with you, we can set the criteria
I see.
on that part of it. That'll be a whole nother.
So, we voted, and we confirmed, and so as you guys all see, we'll continue to bring this up based on action from our legislators. Any,
There's one item on the agenda, there's been a placeholder in the rules for dispensaries to determine whether or not you want an asset qualifier for, you go here again, cultivating dispensaries. That would be similar to the bond that is put up for a cultivation facility.
I think there should, I mean, I agree, I hear all agree with you. Well, I agree, I think that they're gonna, it's a bigger financial endeavor, and if you're gonna come in and do it, then I'll, just gotta set what that's gonna be.
we're waiting on,
You're waiting on me. At this point, I feel like throwing out a big number, but it doesn't, it's one of those things. I mean, I think you gotta put it in there, but, sorry, it's just against the end of the day, right? When I was thinking about it, it seemed like that we're requiring like the performance bond, we start saying like $500,000 for the cultivators. I think you go less, everything we've been doing, is less, but I'd say like $100,000 bond. It seemed like that made sense to me and it's unrealistic. $100,000 bond, like performance bond. As far as that number, but we can discuss it. And that's, I'm not trying to.
what is that, what are the numbers based on?
Well, I mean, again, it's based on, it's a pared down version of what they're gonna have to do. And I don't know, I mean, none of the performance bonds are based on how much it's gonna, well, they're based on the scale on which they're
Right.
gonna have to do. And so what does that look like? And some of it's, you're still gonna have to be able to clean it up, you're still gonna have to dispose of it properly.
I think we discussed that and there was not as big of a problem with dispensaries in,
Well, we were talking about dispensaries that are cultivated.
Yeah.
That's still where we are.
so 50,000?
I'm trying to imagine, like, if I came in as someone wanting to do a dispensary in a cultivation facility. So my cost just went up. I've gotta have grow lights, I've gotta have plumbing, I've gotta have water, I gotta have more security. So in order for someone to have a valid application to be able to pull that off, since you can't go down the bank and get an FDIC loan. So they will have to have a certain amount of cash assets. And I mean, I think 50 to 100 is in that range, because I think if you don't have that, if you can't show that in cash, you're not gonna pull it off anyhow.
Well, remember, you can get a bond without having to have the cash. It's based on assets. So we're really,
Maybe they need a cash set aside as well, to just show they can do it. I mean, how do, I mean,
That's a lot
and-
with cultivation. I mean,
because with the cultivation, you have to have $500,000 cash set, and you gotta have a security bond. I won't be more, we have to see some amount of cash to prove that you can actually afford to storefront all the materials that's gonna require to grow.
Well, a lot of the assets would be your building that you have to be renting, but, building structure, that kind of stuff.
you wanna put a motion?
I guess I would move that there's a performance bond on growing cultivators, and that be set at $100,000.
So the performance bond, so let me just make sure. In the cultivation regs, we had a bond that is put up with the application fee.
Right.
And then we have a performance bond that is to be put up once you are selected as an applicant. So are we skipping over the threshold bond and moving to a performance bond?
Well, I
Or-
guess I just picked that one first.
Okay, so both, okay.
I-
Okay, so performance, okay.
So that's just showing assets of $100,000, correct? I mean, that's basically what that is.
That's the bond that's paid to the city, the surety bonds, what I was talking about, but
Okay.
So it's gonna cost you, you're gonna have some money
you're just gonna have to
to
have
get it
assets.
done. You're gonna have assets. That's probably not reasonable from, I'll second.
So, any other discussion? All in favor?
So, I guess